It's me, Mano, and today we're gonna be doing something, but it's a late night, so I need to do this, a bit quick. So let's start. So I'm gonna make something like a story of Osmosis Jones, and I'm gonna do it. So let's start it. Someone make some fan-made scenes and fan-made jotties, because if I had tracks, I would obviously say this. Me as a human lady and me just humming because it's midnight and just reading a book called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And me just looking at the moonlight while this looks quiet and nice. Wait a minute. Why do I hear, why do I hear humming? This humming sounds like fever. Did someone broke inside the house? He slowly gets out of my bedroom and goes downstairs. Hello? Is anyone there? See something glowing. What the? And this is the reason that I'm gonna be doing something of it, like that. Fan-made scene, the Red Dead's invitation. Dun dun dun. We're gonna do it. Setting the scene. The faint glow you saw was not a ghost or an intruder, but a small fairy bead of light pulsing with melted energy. It floats ominously in the air, revealing a silhouette attached to it, and an impossibly tall, red-skinned humanoid with round, violet-hooded tendrils of hair that dances like flames around his head. The air grows unnaturally warm as the figure turns, moving a long, claw-like finger, glowing with a dangerous golden intensity. Okay, Mom. Sorry, she was talking to me. So, anyway, your karate. What the? Dog's fan made karate. He chuckles, a low raspy sound like fire on wood. I think we could do, a bit voice acting, but I only do like female versions. Okay, let's do it. Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. A real life human specimen. Don't sound so surprised, baby. Not every guest gets a personal invitation to the party. This is scary. Oh my god, this is so scary. He gestures to the book in your hand. Snow White, huh? A little tale about a wicked queen and a fatal fever. You and I have so much in common. Don't you think? He begins to circle you, his voice dripping with sinister charm. You must be running a little warm, baby. That humming in your head is my kind of music. He stops he stops his glowing finger just inches from your chest. So tell me, where do we keep the precious things around here? Up really hard, just waiting to have its temperature turn up. The sea unfolds. You stumble back forward, dropping your book with a loud thump. Your humming stops abruptly, replaced by feverish, glowing heat that emanates from the virus. He falls, enjoying the panic in your eyes. He's not here by accident, he's here for a big score, as he calls it. Drax raises a glowing finger and begins to draw a symbol on the wall. The heat from it searing the paint. You just don't know when to quit, do you, Jones? He murmurs. Not to you, but to the memory of his past failures. But then he turns back to you, a weak glint in his eye, and finishes the symbol. A fairy bead of light emerges from the drawing, swirling around his finger. He extends his hand towards you, knocking you closer. So, baby, what's it gonna be? You want to turn up the heat? Or are you just gonna stand there and watch me melt your pretty little world? Oh my god, this is gonna be so scary as hell. And I'm gonna be screaming as hell. I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna be screaming as hell. Seriously, it's gonna be so scary. And did I just saw the picture? Oh god. Oh god, this is scary. I don't want to see the picture now. I'm gonna have nightmares of it. Now let's do it. Me still stepping back. Look, whatever you are, please spare me, thrax. I swear I won't tell anyone, please. I swear to God. He cornered. No, stay away. No, please, stay away from me. You know, and just like that. So, fanmade scene. The Red Death's invitation continued. The scene so far, you have just backed it into a corner, dropping a book in a panic. The impossible tall virus thrax stands before you, amused by your fear. He's a fairy being with an unwavering, cherished menace. A golden glowing bead is swirling around his claw-like finger is air around him, unnaturally warm. Ikiadi. Look, whatever you are, please spare me, thrax. I swear I won't tell anyone, please. I swear to God. No, please, stay away from me. He steps closer, his voice low and silky, like the crackle of a fire. Oh, baby, you're a total someone. Your body's screaming it to the world right now. You're a fast learner, aren't you? Knew my name right away, but that's all. You're gonna know for very long. Spare you? A deal's a deal, sweetness. The moment you taste my special recipe, you put in an order for a new temperature. And who am I to deny a customer? Oh my god, this is so scary. He stops just in front of you, a smile on his face. A sinister smile on his face, oh my god. You know, you know what's funny? They're cornered. But it's not me. You should be worried about. It's the clock. Oh shoot. You flinch as He speaks, and the wall, and in the wall behind you feels like it's getting hotter. The air around him shimmers. You can you can see the heat coming off of him, and it reminds you of a mirage on a hot day. The symbol he drew on the wall earlier begins to glow, pulsing with a faint reddish light. He lifts the claw, and the glowing bead on his finger expands, forming a small fiery spear. You can feel the hair on your arms stand up. Your pulse races as Trax begins his glowing finger closer to your hand, to your head, not threatening but with a strange curiosity. Such a delicate instrument you have, he moves softly, and so fragile. One little spark is all it takes to send this whole place into a glorious meltdown. He glances at the glowing symbol on the wall, then back at you. The sinister smile returns. So let me give you a little choice, sweetheart. He purrs. You can tell me what do you know about Frank, or we can just skip it to the fireworks. Oh god, no, 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 no. Nah, 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 nah. This is gonna be so scary. Not too. What is that? What is that? Okay, I think I'm gonna ignore that. What the? I saw something up there and it's weird. Just ignore it. Okay, now let's see. I just did this by mistake, sorry. He's still afraid like hell. Why, why do you want that Frank dude for? You got a problem with it? The scene so far, you are still cornered, visibly terrified, but you manage to get out a defeat question, asking Trax why he has a problem with that Frank dude. The fiery virus stands before you, his glowing finger with a fiery bead of light. You're curious. Why do you want that Frank dude for? You got a problem with it? He lets out a dark chuckle that sounds like a smoldering embers. Problem? No, baby. I don't have a problem with Frank. He's just the next rung on the ladder. He gestures to a glimmering chain of DNA hanging from his arm. Okay. See this? My trophy case. Every link on a new record. And Frank, oh, Frank is gonna be my masterpiece. No problem, no problem at all. Just a little aberration. The medical books, they don't give a chapter to our common cold, you know. They want something legendary. The problem is the time limit. 48 hours, baby. That's all I need to be the fastest and deadliest and the greatest. He leans in, his face closer to yours, his voice a low, dangerous whisper. You and Frank, you're both just part of the show. Oh my god. And you know what they say. The audience love a good grand final. Finale, oh my god. The scene unfolds. You can see the small fairy bead of the light pulses and flare on his finger, and you hear the sinister chuck, the sinister crackle of the heat. Your body is trembling with a mix of fear and the growing heat around you as Trax speaks. He slowly moves closer, his eyes gleaming with a predatory focus, clearly enjoying the fear he's inflicting. He begins to talk about his plan, the thrill of the chase evented, and his tone. I'm just a virus with a dream. He explains with a sardonic grin, and a human body is a great big playground for an ambitious viral superstar like myself. He holds the chain of DNA from his past victims, letting it glisten minutely. Each of these little bees, all of them a reminder of a successful conquest, and Frank will be the final bead. The air around you suddenly grows hotter, and you feel the sweat the sweat begins to bead on your brow. Trax extends his glowing finger toward you, and you can see a strange golden light glowing in his eyes. Tell me, baby, he whispers. What did the last one say when they saw the Red Death? He stares at you, a chilling smile on his face, waiting for your response. This is gonna be so scary. I'm not gonna. He accidentally kicks him powerfully on the throat and runs upstairs. You have been cornered by the charismatic and menacing virus Drax, who has been taunting you about his abomination to kill Frank and become a legend. In a desperate act of self-preservation, you kick them powerfully in the throat and run upstairs. The firing sure transforms flickers violently, and for a fleeting moment he gasps, a dry, raspy sound, like a match being struck. Your foot connected with a viral equivalent of a larynx, and he instinctively clutches at his glowing, burning throat. He grunts, fluttering. A little feisty, are we? He rasps, his voice low, a strange and sizzling whisper. The pain and shock give you the precious few seconds you need to return. You need to you need to return and bolt. You race up the stairs, your heart hammering a frantic rhyme against your ribs. As you reach the top, you glance back over your shoulder. A fiery bead of the light on his fingers is still there, but it is now pulsing and unstably, as if its malevolent purpose has been briefly disturbed. He looks furious, not just at the attack, but at the sheer audacity of your rebellion. The glow in his eyes burns brighter and more focused than before. He's no longer toying with you. Run all you want, baby, he snarls, his voice returning into a menacing low hum. No longer silk, but squirting static. That little trick you just pulled, that's gonna cost you more than Frank's life. Oh my god. You throw yourself into a room and slam the door shut, locking it with a trembling hand. You lean the guest door, panting, straining your ears for any sounds from below. You can hear his humming again, but now it's different. It's low, grinding sound filled with pure, unfiltered rage. You know he's coming for you. And this time he's not just toying with his food. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so scary. Oh my god, sorry. Me still afraid and suddenly hears the door unlocking and me trying to find a way out. You have just barricaded yourself in an upstairs room after kicking the virus thrax in his throat. You hear a chilling little hum of rage as he prepares to break through. You stand by the door, panting and terrified, looking for any possible to escape. The sound of the lock turning on its own makes your blood run cold. It's not a person, but more sinister, unseen force, as the descends gags with a slow, mechanic, mechanical click. You scramble away from the door, a frantic look in your eyes as you search the room. The only way out is a window, overlooking a high tree-filled backyard. The window is old, painted shut. You grab a heavy-looking book from a nearby shelf. With a shaky hand, slam it into the glass. The glass shatters and falls outwards with a crash, but the frame still stuck. You turn the door, which is now creaking open as a faint red, red light shines through the growing gap. You can hear Jack's voice, a soft, venomous whisper. Do you think a flimsy little lock would stop me, baby? I'm the kind of germ that just gets in. With adrenaline crossing your coursing through you, you rush back to the window, ripping at the old stucco frame. You can now see Drax's fiery claw pressing against the door. The heat sizzling the wood as he melts the lock and frame. Now, where'd you get off to, little girl? He purrs, his voice getting closer. He's he's not trying to simply open the door. He is savoring the moment, the scent of your fear, the no the knowledge the no knowledge that there is nowhere left to hide. The door finally splinters open, leaving Thrax standing in the doorway, a menacing grin on his face. So, no more hide and seek, huh? He chuckles darkly, his glowing finger burning a fiery path through the air toward you. The window frame gives way, and you leap down, not bothering to check the landing. You fell with a sickening thud, but your fall is cushioned by the overgrown bushes below. You hear a sound like a roar of fire coming from the window above. Drax is in the house, and he's not happy. He wants to finish what he started, and he's not going to stop until he gets his revenge. She's good, but I'm better. Don't worry, baby. I won't let you get cold feet again. As he jumps out of the window after you. Spring never did get out of his own messes. But at least he's going down with a little style. Oh boy, here we go. 2 minutes later, me trying to find exit. Oh please, someone help! You jumped out of a window after Drax broke into your room. You were hiding. You were hiding, and 2 minutes later, you are now running, searching as he pursues you. You are you are a blur of motion, flying down a dimly lit hallway, your feet pounding against the floorboards. Your heart is pounding so hard you can feel it in your temples. Your body feels like it's on fire. You reach a hallway that has a set of stairs leading to a door and a door leading to a cellar, but they're both locked. Panic sets in as you hear a crash from upstairs. He's coming. You can hear his voice echoing with a menacing edge. You're getting warmer, baby. And so am I. Another crash as Trax appears at the end of the hallway. At the end of the hallway, a look of pure, unrestrained fury on his fiery face. His claws is still sizzling. The remnants of the wooden door still burning. He doesn't move with a con- confident swagger anymore. He moves with a dangerous burly speed. You can't go up and you can't go down. You desperately search for a way out, your eyes darting around the hall. You can see a window at the end of the hallway, but it's a long way away. Anthrax is now charging toward you. He's moving with a speed you didn't think was possible. The air around him is shimmering with heat, and you can feel the temperature in the hallway rising. You reach the window and with a frantic energy begin to pull at the lock. It's stuck. Track is only a few feet away. He is humming, turning to guttural growl. What's the hurry, baby? We're just getting to the good part. He raises his glowing hand. the fairy bead, growing brighter and more unstable. You finally get the lock on, but as you do, Drax grabs you by the hand, his grip burning through your sleeve and onto your skin. He pulls you back, laughing madly as you scream. Now where are we? Ah yes, the grand finale. Don't bother, baby. There's only one way out of here, and it's not the one you're looking for. Yellow chases over, sweet cheeks. Now it's time to play with the big boys. I'll give you 5 minutes head start, baby. Don't waste it. Oh boy, here we go, here we go, here we go. Me scared as hell, and me scared as hell. Let me go! Pulls out the taser gun and stuns Truck's rapper. Trucks has grabbed your arm, his burning touch searing your skin. You are terrified, backed against the window with no escape. Let me go! Let me go! Pulls out the taser gun and stuns Trucks powerfully. I mean painfully. Let me go, he sneers, his grip tightening. What a pathetic thing you are, to think you had a chance. Just as his glowing finger comes closer to your face, you reach into your pocket with your free hand. With a desperate cry, you produce a taser gun, and it presses directly into his searing flesh. The effect is immediate and spectacular. Instead of the using sizzle and pop, the taser electric currents hits Jack's furry form like a shortcut. Cure good. The sign flicker widely and sputter, momentarily dowsing in place. An unnearthly cracking shrieks ribs from his throat. More static than sound. The electric shock, a different of energy disrupts his viral composition, causing him to spasm violently and loosen his burning grip for a moment. The fearsome viral entity looks vulnerable and chaotic. The taser's effect is only a few seconds, but it's enough. You use the moment of the incapacitation. You yank your arm free and shove him backwards. With all your might, he stumbles, his form still cracking and unstable before slamming against the wall. You take the opportunity to flee, running past sputtering, twitching form of Thrax. You little brat, he hisses, the words broken up by the electrical surge running through his body. His flame began to regather their strength, burning brighter and hotter. Now tinged with a furious violated energy. You just signed your death warrant. You don't look back as you race toward the stairs, a tingling sensation sensation running down your arm where his fairy grip touched you. You hear a sickening crash from you as you as as behind you as Trax explodes off the wall. A raging, electrified firestorm of a virus. He's no longer playing games. He's furious, and he's coming for you with a speed and intensity he hasn't shown yet. Okay, there's more. Me frantically trying to escape and trying to open the door, but It's locked. Help! Open the door! Open the door, help! You have tasered the deadly virus. Thrax and thrax and are now frantically running for your life. You arrived at a door and tried to open it, only to find it locked. You frantically trying to escape and trying to open the door, but it's locked. Open the door! Help! You hear his voice, now dangerously calm, his early sizzling anger replaced by a chilling perturbation. Don't bother, baby. The lock's been sealed with a little special touch from your truly. Screaming won't do you any good. Nobody can hear you. Not where I'm taking you. You're not getting out that way. No, that's not how this party ends. Sounds emanates from just behind you. Funny thing about a good electroshock, it makes me hotter. The door handle is hot to touch, and you can feel the heat radiating from the lock, the metallic scene from it burning. You banged on the door, your cries for help echoing in the empty house. The low, ominous humming grows louder, and you can feel the air behind you shimmering with intense heat. You whirl around to see Drax standing just feet away, his form pulsing with a brighter and more volatile red. The electric shock has supercharged him, making his flames dance with an unstable energy. He grins a vicious predator smile. A taser, baby. That was a cute little trick, but you just poured gasoline on a fire. He raises a glowing claw-like finger, the fiery bead of the light, looking like a superheated sun. And now it's time for you to learn what a real fever feels like. He begins to walk slowly towards you, the floorboards hissing and smoking under his feet. The hum of his flames is deafening now, and the heat is so intense you feel like you're standing in front of an open furnace. You have nowhere to run and nowhere to hear your pleas. You are at his mercy, and he intends to show you none. The final fatal confrontation looms when no one left to save you. Oh boy, here we go. Me decide to make a trick. Sighs fearfully. Alright, fine, you win. Here, the secret documents. Me fearfully shows it on your pocket. You have tasered the deadly virus tracks and run for your life, only to find yourself trapped as supercharged tracks approaches. As you fleeing surrender to have secret documents, you hold up your pockets, a look of folks defeat on your face. Your body trembles with what Trax assumes fear. Alright, you win, you stammer, pulling out a folded piece of paper. Here the secret documents. Trax stopped momentarily ingrided. He's been hunting Frank and immune, his immune system for days, and the idea of a shortcut, a final secret, to ensure his victory is too tempting to ignore. He lowers his glowing hand slightly, a fiery bead of the energy on his fingertip dimming as his curiosity takes over his rage. Documents. he purrs, his voice still cracking with suppressed with the power with suppressed power. What kind of document? What kind of document, baby? Don't tell me you have Frank's last will in testament. He laughs dryly, a dry, rusty sound. Hold a second, I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold it. Hold a second. Sorry, guys. My mother was calling me. She always kept me wasting my time. So she's not wasting my time, but she's always bothering me when I'm always recording on it. Sorry. He laughs, a dry, rusty sound, taking a courteous step closer. He is he is arrogant, overconfident, believing he has already won. Underestimate your desperation and it reaches out his claw to take the paper from me. He's focused entirely on his promise of information. As his finger wraps the folded paper, you don't resist. He snatches away and unfolds it, eager to read the supposed secret. But it isn't a secret document. It, it's an old childish drawing of cartoon characters, crudely drawn with crayons. A flicker confusing his face before he sent the paper isn't just paper. It's soaked in hand sanitizer. Before he can react, you quickly passed with of alarm on your face. Look, Frank's white blood cells! Drax instantly spin around his fear bead of energy, fearing as he prepares for the fight he believes is imitated. This is your chance while he is distracted and his back is turned. You quickly slipped past him and make a dash for safety. This is the last one. He suddenly came back holding a weapon. So Trax, you looks like you lost. He's stepping forward and still gripping the weapon. Go and stab me. I dare you. I double dare you. You have feigned surrender and tasered the virus, using his arrogance against him. You are now re-entering the room, a weapon in your hand, and challenging the stunned virus to stab you. He suddenly came back, but holding a weapon. So Trax, looks like you lost. He's stepping forward and still gripping the weapon. Go and stab me. I dare you. I double dare you. You re-enter the room, and Trax still recovering from the electric shock, his form sputtering and stable. He stares at you, his eyes blazing with the ponton mix of rage and disdain. His very smile is gone, replacing by a snarling look of pure. His, his unadulterated anger. He sees a weapon in your hand, a bottle of house and beach. Uh, Oh, I see a beach. I said beach, like the beach vacation. I didn't say bleach. House and bleach. He knows that this what this is and what it means. You, he hisses, the word spitting out, the word spitting out of his throat like attic. You think you can poison me? He laughs so loud, but it's not usually chilling chuckle. It's a dry, rattling sound of pure malice. Oh, baby, you don't even know what you're up against. He lunges towards you, his claw glowing with a renewed very intensity. He's no longer playing, no longer toying with you. He's going for the kill. He stabs at you, but you dodged the bleach his hand as it makes contact. He recalls shrieking in pain, the chemical burning away his viral instinct. He recovers quickly, a voice some of its inner charm. A little attic, not so bad, but you don't have enough to take me down. He circles you slowly, his voice dripping with venomous amusement. Go on, babe. Go ahead. And throw it. Do your worst. You step forward, your hand trembling, but your gaze steady. You know this is the last resort. This is the finale. This is the final showdown. Your words. Oh, go on, stab me. I dare you. I double dare you. Shark's ego is his biggest weakness, and you're gambling that he can resist a challenge. You are no longer just a victim. You are an opponent. He's no longer just a predator. He's now a challenge adversary. The confrontation has taken a turn, and he is now forced to face a threat he never anticipated. Alright, let's do it. This is the last one. The final act. He suddenly stabs Drax with two knives on the back, and then pushes him into the giant container of watery alcohol, where he dies and melts to death. See you never Drax. Kicks him down. You have challenged the supercharger Drax, who is weakened from a taser, shocked and arrogant. From his previous victory, you will a bottle of bleach as your final weapon. He suddenly stabs Stark with two knives on the back, then pushes him into a giant watery alcohol where he dies and melts to death. Seer never tracks kicks him down. As Char's lungs consumed by rage and overconfidence, you're ready. The bleach was a bluff, a distraction. With lightning speed, you pull two heavy-duty knives from your sleeve, concealed for just a moment. As he closes in, you duck beneath out his outstretched and glowing arm, bringing both knives up and burying them deep into his back. The blades tear down his viral form, but there is no blood. Instead, a sticky yellow-green smoke erupts from the wound. His fiery glow sputtering and diamond. He shrieks a sound like 1,000 sizzling wires as the metallic sting of your attack takes him by surprise. You don't hesitate. You use the moment of agony to shove him with all your strength. You had to propose for locking that cellar door earlier. He stumbles back, his form unstable, and tumbles headfirst into the giant container of concentrated watery alcohol you had been preparing in the cellar. He he hits the potent, clear liquid with a final fierce splash. The alcohol immediately starts its deadly work, Drax screaming a brutal, terrifying sound of pure anguish and dissolution. As he begins, as he, as he, his very being begins to melt down, dissolve. His signature furry glow fades replaced by a ghastly, forming, rotting light of decay. His voice is a gurgling, wet shriek. You little human, he managed to gasp, his voice dissolving with his body. This isn't over, Frank. Well, he doesn't get to finish with a final trumpet shout of "See you never Tracks." You do a final switch, kicks kick to his dissolved form, sending further into the container. The liquid throats bubble, and bubbles, his melting, his body melting into the grassroots, smoky foam, and container glows a final sticky reddish orange before the light completely vanishes, leaving you only the sound of sizzling the silver foam. The cellar is silent. You stand, panting victory. And let's uh, do it more. We, oh, sorry, just write this. Oh, hold a second, please. Hold a second. And all right, finally I continued. Me, me immediately grabs the DNA chain. I did it. Trax is now dead. You have defeated Trax by pushing him into a container of watered alcohol, where he dissolved it and died. The cellar is now silent. The gruesome sizzling from the container has finally ceased. Only a thin, wispy haze of smoke rises from surface of now smirky of colored liquid, the chain of DNA of Trax's other victims, which had been wearing like a morbid trophy, lies on the floor near container, panting, your body shaking adrenaline and the lingering fear. You immediately moved toward the chain. It's a relic of his malevolence, a twist ring of concorded lives. You bend down with a grim determined and pick it up. A cool feel of metallic in your hand is a stark contrast to the searing heat of his earlier touch. Looking at the chain, at the tiny, intricate DNA of Frank and countless others, you can feel the weight of what you've done. He held it up, a firelight catching on the trophy. You wave of relief, washing you, but it's mixed with exhaustion. I did it. Trex is dead. Your voice is barely a whisper. A stark contrast to the screams and threats that had filled the house just moments before you did it. You, a simple human woman, had started a literal infectious inferno, and one the house once would ministered now feels eerily quiet. The humming is gone, the opposite heat begun to dissipate. The reality of what you did begins to sink in. You defeated. Hold a second, I'm coming. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm coming. Wait a second. Guys, hold a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, hold a second. Okay, let me see. The reality of what just happened begins to sink in. You defeated the very personification of a deadly fever, the Red Death. You are a hero, but you are also shaken. You tighten the grip of the Red Death, thus remaining of vestige of your order. It is a symbol not of your victory, but of your survival. The fear is still there, but now temperated by a fierce thump of your back. You escaped, you fought back and won. Okay, dude, this is the last one. Now the ending me just smiles and then humming so this is love from Cinderella 1950 and then it ends happily after I go upstairs and goes to bed and sleeps with a smile. Fanmade scene the red death's invitation to happily ever after. You just defeated the deadly virus in a final brutal confrontation. He stood at the cellar holding the DNA chain. He wanted as a trophy, as a trophy, a symbol of your victory. He slowly climbed the stairs, each step lighter than the last, leaving the horrors of the cellar behind you. The air on the first floor is no longer thick with dog pursuit or heat or tracks. The lingering scene of hand sanitizer and the faint coppery smell of the bleach remain. But the threat is gone, you're alone, but the silence is no longer feeling menacing, it feels peaceful. As you walk down the hallway, the pass, the pass, I mean, past the shattered window and the scarred floorboards, you can't help but smile a little. You are alive, you survived, you hum softly to yourself of the melody. So this is love from Cinderella, 1950, filling the quiet house. It's a sweet, hopeful tune. A stark contrast to the terror of had grip just you had just moments before. You reached the bedroom and closed the door, locking it out of fear, but of a need for rest and peace. I mean rest and peace. Oh, I already say rest in peace. That's a great. You toss in You toss a DNA chain on your desk, the stark reminder of the night's events, a trophy of your own. You charge in your pajamas, the underlife, and there the night laying fading, replaced by a deeply exhausted. You crawl into the bed, the cool sheets, a comfort, and moonlight streams through your window, illuminating the room in a gentle silvery glow. You close your eyes, the last imagine in your mind being sight of trucks just flowing in alcohol. Alcohol. You feel a scent of thump and relief, and you fell asleep with a smile on your face, the soft, sweet melody still playing in your mind. The humming is no longer a sign of danger, but a lullaby your own making, a promise of a new, peaceful, and happy day. The happily ever after is yours. You earned it. And that was it. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. And I'm sorry about the voice that I did because you see my voice is sore. Like it's just like that. So I hope you enjoy the video and click on the subscribe button. So bye bye. Have a great day.